It's your boy Sus Moles, and this is
Dope movements.
I mean, nah, they're gonna squash. It's been squashed. It's whatever. He apologized. It's whatever. But what other movies? I mean, Creed. What, Creed 2?
Yeah, oh yeah, part two.
Part 2.
Yeah, that's
Creed
coming out.
Part 2.
Michael B. Jordan.
I think they're filming right now in Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah?
They're filming. Yeah. I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's got
Take a
to
road trip to
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
they're filming right now, if I'm not mistaken, in Pennsylvania.
You brought up Netflix originals,
Yeah.
and there's this movie called The Package. Did anybody watch that?
Oh,
That shit is mad funny.
shit was hilarious.
Yo, I watched the commercial for it and I was like, I don't want to watch this. I really don't want to watch this
Yeah.
at all. Like, this seems really childish. It seems
Yeah.
like awkward and boring.
At first, I thought it was gonna be like corny and
I thought it was
shit
gonna
like
be really corny. I didn't want to
No,
watch it based on the
it was
trailer. I did not want to watch
hilarious.
it. My friend, we were drinking. He put it on. I had no say in whether we watched it or not, and I cried laughing. It is so hysterical.
Yeah,
I think
check it out
Netflix
now.
really knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Definitely worth
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
The
it out and see it. Yeah,
Package.
the package.
What is it?
Mhm.
Comedy?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
comedy. I'm not telling you what it's about.
Yeah.
Because if you watch the
No,
trailer,
no. I'm gonna tell you why he said it like that. Because he's mad because he made a film called The Package. It's a short film. So he's mad. Yeah. So he's
Didn't even
like.
give yourself credit.
So he said, what is it? Comedy?
oh man.
Yeah, The Package, everyone, watch it. I'm gonna put a link in the description. Check it
You
out.
gotta change the name now, right? The Package.
The Package.
Package, the series, short
The series. The packaging, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Robin Hood. That looks like it's gonna be good. I guess.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx is in the building.
Is it
Yeah,
like a
definitely.
remake, right?
Yeah.
I like the
Live
old one
action,
with
right?
Kevin Costner.
There's gonna be some comedy in it. You know,
And,
Jamie Foxx in there, so it's gonna be
Morgan
cool.
Freeman. So I guess they replaced it too.
Man, but there's a lot of good movies coming out. There's even that new Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
Is it gonna be more? What is it? Miles Morales? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder
Yeah,
who's gonna play that.
Yeah, the
Don-
trailer.
Danny
like,
Glover, right?
Donald Glover?
Donald Glover. I said Danny Glover.
Yeah, nah. Donald Glover. Aquaman's coming out. Bumblebee. You know, all the classics.
Oh shit! I forgot about Bumblebee.
Did
Yeah,
we
Bumblebee
hear?
gonna be cool.
Did we hear the Tyler the Grinch song?
Oh,
Tyler the Creator's the
yeah.
Grinch song.
Nah,
Nah,
He
sing it
made
for me.
the- No.
Oh.
Tear my humor.
I'm crying.
There's a Grinch movie coming out. That's what she was talking about.
Yeah, the Grinch is
but-
coming out, but
It's a
Tyler
cartoon
has a
one
song
though.
on it.
If it was like with Jim Carrey
They
type
can't,
stuff,
yeah. Jim
then I
Carrey.
would've-
I don't think nobody can take.
no one else. Yeah.
Jim Carrey killed that role. Like nobody can play Grinch better than him.
So true. So, who's your favorite celebrity? No one has a favorite
Well,
celebrity.
no.
No.
I feel like I'm on a date. So, what's your favorite celebrity?
Hey, that's enough out of you today, right? Behind the scenes.
I think that's hard to like
Inside jokes.
pinpoint like a favorite type
Yeah.
of celebrity.
Well, what celebrities do you hate?
Michael
That's
Joe
easy to
White.
say.
I like Michael Joe White. Michael Joe White is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michael Joe White. He's the
Look,
best.
I'm trying to get
Why?
viewers. I'm not trying to
Because you are.
lose viewers or popularity by saying who I don't like.
You're right. That's a
Yeah.
setup. That's a setup. I love everybody. I love everybody.
Does anybody else support Jaden Smith just because he's Will Smith's son?
Nah. I support.
Jaden Smith.
Oh.
I like his music. He's really been stepping it up. I'm not gonna lie. He's
His
been
music
stepping
is
it-
interesting.
Yeah, it's
not,
different.
It's not like anything I'd really be so super interested in listening to
Yeah.
on a regular basis.
He got like his own genre. It's not. It's not
Yeah,
rap.
it's
It's,
very
not
different.
rock. It's just like him.
Yeah, and I
Just
feel
mis-
that. I feel
misfits,
that.
yeah.
You know, like I support that. I think it's great, but it's Will Smith's son. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
ooh.
I mean, I'm proud of him.
I mean, he making a name for it. He went from selling water, now he's doing his thing. So that's, I mean,
And then when Will Smith redoes bits and pieces of his video, I think it's
Yeah.
so funny. He just knocks him. He's like, or Jaden posted an Instagram post with a celebrity and was like, "Oh, my idol," and then Will posted one like, "What am I? Not shit. I ain't shit. I have no influence here."
Oh man.
What's Willow doing?
Oh, I don't know.
No one
She's so
talks
cute
about
though.
Willow anymore. She had a moment with music wise, and then she's chilling out.
I think she's
I
chilling.
like
She's rich. She don't need to do anything. She's like, she's
She's
chilling. Yeah,
I've
she's
seen him
I
on
think they're very
Will Smith's
involved.
YouTube. He does like vlogs and stuff.
Who?
Will Smith.
yeah,
He started YouTube and like now he got like millions.
He's
of
taking over
followers.
freaking YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel
Him
like
and The
Jaden
Rock.
Smith would still be famous today. Maybe not as famous because he is the son of Will Smith, but he would. I think he would have been one of those rappers that still would have got popularity.
He's
think
still.
so?
I think he's still doing his thing.
I think
Not
he's
for
just
nothing.
he's just different. He's just,
Well, no, do you?
But that's
But
why.
do you think he would have been who
As
he
different?
is if his father wasn't Will Smith?
I can't say that. I can't say
It's
that.
too
I
much
think
competition
Will
in the
has
rap
a
game.
real influence in
He
his
did.
kids building themselves as individuals.
Icon was popular, and I started really listening to him at the Icon when Will Smith remixed it. Like, if it
Yeah,
wasn't
that
for
was
that,
cute. See?
I don't think I would have listened to it. After Will Smith remixed it, I was like, let me listen to more of his stuff. And after that, I became a fan. So I think it was Will Smith. If he didn't have Will Smith, I don't know. I don't think I would listen to him. Yeah, nobody would know him.
He might just be another
Yeah.
colorful, different. It might
That's
have been
weird.
somewhere on the radar, but it
Yeah.
definitely would have been where it
Locally
is.
different. Local
Yeah,
person,
locally different.
So do
exactly.
you guys think that back then, maybe like when music started like coming up? What?
Huh?
What?
Oh, you heard that? I didn't want to, but whatever. Do you think? Keep going.
Ruined it. Ruined the moment.
I
Yeah, she was in the moment, man. You can't mess up a.
My fault, bro. That's on me.
You good?
I ain't saying nothing.
Okay. Like when music was starting to come up, do you think it was harder to, to find a record label, for the come up basically rather than now?
It's way hard. It was way harder.
Cause I feel like anybody now could just get famous. It's like,
Yeah,
cause
I mean-
you post anything, it's like all
Well,
that
see,
shit.
I think that's what makes it harder is that there's so many people trying to be famous at this point. It's like, who do we decide actually gets
Especially with
recognized?
social media.
Nah, I
Yeah.
mean,
No, I agree with that, but I see from what you're saying because also it's like you didn't really know like what good music was back then, so I guess I feel like it was very selective, and it's like they didn't know how to go about it or what to do with it and all of that.
I feel like it's way harder because back then you had to go through certain record labels back then, right?
Yeah.
And you had to go and try to pitch your record. You could do it locally, but
had
then you
to
had to
make a
walk
everything.
hard copy,
everything from
door to
recording
door.
was hard.
Yeah.
You couldn't
Yeah.
just like, oh, let me delete this.
Yeah,
You're recording it, physically scratching it into a
Exactly.
record. You don't want to mess it up.
exactly.
You're not wasting money on records. You have to make sure you record it right the first time.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it has to be on there and it has to be recorded right the first time. And then you have to get it together and you have to physically send it
Yep.
to a company. And that takes days and days and you have to wait for them to physically reply to you. And that takes days and days. You can't do anything by email.
Yeah,
You know, and you have to go and do everything
By mail.
by hand.
Yeah, the
And you gotta
technology
go.
has a big impact
You
on
still have to have your market. You still have to market. So you got to go door to door. Make sure you have that following. Because the following didn't change from back then to now. You still had to have that following. So now it just made it easy because now we got phones.
We
And now
have
you can see
yeah.
your following.
Or even before the TV. Imagine trying to sell your music before TV when radio was the big thing.
And, and
You know, and
genres are
you have to
so-
travel from city to city
Yeah.
to get your radio out because radio antennas weren't that strong.
Yep.
So for people to hear you in major cities, you have to go to that city and broadcast to that area.
Yeah, it
And
didn't
people
seem
have
like
to word
there
of
was a big
mouth
variety
you for you to get
of genres.
the caravan your
I was gonna say,
band around
and
from place to
genres-
place to place
Exactly.
for you to be able to broadcast in Florida or broadcast in Chicago. You couldn't just say we're broadcasting all over because the radio antenna was not strong enough to do all that.
genres
So you
were
had to be
also
doing it.
extremely black and white. And like, if you didn't
Facts.
fall into what they were looking for,
Yeah.
That's it.
this doesn't
You
fall
can't be
into
different.
it. You had to
Right.
find
Yeah.
someone who was looking for what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So you have to first find that person who is looking for what you're looking for, and then they still have to approve of if it falls. And there was no like now their basic genres is it's so hard to classify music into a specific genre because
Yeah.
like everybody's folding like all these like techno sounds on top of